How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Master Beer Reviews. Back yet another review. Another Czig Meister review. A little bit of bourbon barrel-aged barley wine. Jersey-born barley wines. On today's Master Beer Review in the form of Czig Meister's own Habonde. Probably butchering that. Anyway, it's their bourbon barrel-aged barley wine. They just released it. It is in my hand, and I'm going to drink it. So here we go. As far as what it says on the bottle itself, says Czig Meister Brewing Company, 2017, Habonde. Habonde? I don't know. Habonde. It is a bourbon barrel aged barley wine. It's 10.6% alcohol by volume. On the side here it says the Habonde is the. I'm going to settle on Habonde because Habonde sounds a little pornographic if you don't mind me. Anyway, Habonde is the Celtic. I still don't know the difference between that one either. As the Celtic goddess of abundance. To honor her, dances are performed around magical fires, whose smoke purifies his body and soul. An ale is lifted to the sky while proclaiming, Habonde, bring abundance, Habonde, health and luck. Bring, when through my lips this liquid passes, let my soul sing. Brewed with an abundant amount of malts and then aged 9 months in bourbon barrels, this barley wine ale would be the ultimate offering to Habonde for all she provides. And that be that. Label-wise, it's cool. Very similar to their Dark Sovereign. This is the third bottle I've been privy to that they've released. They released a double barrel. I believe it was a bourbon barrel and wine barrel aged Belgian quad called Dark Sovereign. I reviewed it. Go check it out. That beer was fucking amazing. Absolutely delicious. Then they did another one, different labeling. It was their anniversary beer. It was their Abacaba, I believe it was. It was kind of like a cider blended kind of wheat winey thing. It was, so I liked it, but it didn't blow me away because it was just a little bit more cidery. But it was creative and fun. So I'm super excited to give this a whirl. So yeah, label's cool. I like it. Doesn't blow me away. I don't like it. So here we go. Give it a pour in this fine little cane glass here. Apropos, the Matt Ziegler, the head brewer, owner of Czig Meister, brewed a cane for several years. So, you know, how about that? A little quinky dink. Anyway, first things first. Way lighter than I'd expected, or I hoped for. Let's put it that way. I like my barley wines to be pretty dark, turbid stuff. I like them to lean English, and they usually come off quite a bit darker than that. You know, there was a head there. It was just off white, but dissipated pretty quickly. It was a soft carbonation. I mean, the coloring on it is very kind of iced tea, raspberry iced tea like in color. That's what you're getting from it. Soft carbonation, nothing too crazy. But yeah, a little bit lighter than what I expect. I want a little bit more caramelly, a little bit more chewy, a little bit more toffee, raisinette kind of barley wine. That's what I really personally enjoy. So it's a little more American. Don't think it is, based off of the beers that they make and description, but we're going to find out. Let's get a nose on her. Soft, sweet bourbon. Nothing too crazy, no heat there, just a soft, sweet candied cherry. Having a hard time kind of pulling the beer out of there. There's a sweetness to it that's not of the bourbon. Maybe a little bit of caramels, a little bit of kind of like, maybe even like a little like English yeastiness in there, but it's very subtle. The barrel's carrying away, but it's not that big. It's more kind of just smells of a sweet, reduced, alcohol burned away kind of bourbon. It smells thin too. It's not a good thing. You're like, how the hell can you smell the density of beer? I don't know. I just know that there's something in beers when they're dense and they have this robustness. That there's an inherent smell to it, and it's just lacking in here. Kind of going in this negative. I want to really fucking pumped up for this beer. I don't know what's going on. But, you know, she smells nice. She looks okay. She tastes good. That's all that matters. Cheers. Much bigger than I assumed based off of the look and the nose, but still very bourbon leaning. Yeah, the beers just taste a little bit, even though it's bigger than I thought, tastes a little bit too small for the barrel. It tastes like if you barrel age this 6 months, I think there'd be a better balance to this beer. But to me, it tastes like this is a barley wine that needs to be beefed up, needs to be jacked up, needs to be a little bit more robust, a little bit denser, and then barrel aged a little bit longer. So you can come out with a much bigger beer, a little bit more barreling, get a little bit more balance to it. I would just do it proper, and that's for me. But as far as this beer is, jumping to the end of the discussion, let's get back to the beginning. Bit thin. There is a little bit of like a spicy kind of carameliness to it. I believe that spiciness is coming a little bit from the bourbon, but it's also coming a little bit from the hops itself. Almost has a subtle kind of cinnamon to it. But the beer is a subtle, light caramel, nothing too crazy, nothing too dense. Maybe a little bit of roast to it. I don't think that's the case, but it tastes like it has a little bit of something beyond the bittering of the hop. And a little bit of subtle spicy hoppiness that could be also where that spiciness is coming from. But it's mostly barrel, and it's mostly thinner barrel. Nothing too crazy. It's nice. It's a nice barley wine. Nothing too crazy. Definitely could chug a decent amount of this and kind of get dangerous real quick because it's relatively easy drinking, and it comes off more like a watered down bourbon than a big English style barley wine, which is what they're going for. But I don't know how this is going to age. That's kind of the part that has me kind of confused. Right now, honestly, to me, it's a well done barley wine. It's nothing too crazy. It seems like the barrel's a little bit too big, but the beer itself is just a little bit mismatched for the barrel. Let's put it that way. But I'm trying to think if this is going to kind of do anything with time, because I have 2 bottles, and that's what I'm fixated on at the moment. I don't know if age is going to make this better or make this worse. It's kind of hard to see with how small the beer is, combined with a couple extra moving parts with the barrel and whatnot. I'm not sure if time's going to treat this all this well, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to let it sit and see what happens. But yeah, overall, not a bad beer by any means, but at the same time, just wish it had a little bit more going on for it. Just seems like the beer was a little bit kind of overtaken by the barrel. More spirit than barrel, because there is a bit of barrel in there. There's a subtle kind of vanilla tones in there, and subtle dryness. Nothing too crazy, but it's mostly spirit, and it's just too big for the beer. And like I said, if you kind of dial back the barreling time, I don't think it would make a more balanced beer, but I think it's the beer that needs to come up rather than the barreling go down. And yeah, not a bad beer, but at the same time, just had higher hopes. That Dark Sovereign, man, that shit was cash money. So yeah, there you go. So to recap, smaller in presence barley wine than I expected or hoped for. Barrels bigger, not over like crazy amount of barreling, but the beer is a little bit too big, or the barrel's a little too big for the beer. And yeah, time is a weird one with this one. Not sure where she's gonna go, but hopefully it makes it better. So let's talk about it. So one of the better barrel-aged barley wines I've had as of late. No, not bad. Just not inspiring. Let's put it that way. Value availability, $18 a bottle. That's kind of running costs. Actually, it's $18 a bottle for $7.50 of bourbon barrel-aged barley wine. I paid actually $18 a bottle for $7.50 bourbon barrel-aged barley wine the same, almost the same weekend. So it's about what things should be priced at, but it seems like shit's kind of going away from that price point. So take that for what it's worth. Availability brewery only, I believe. It might hit some shelves because I've seen Dark Sovereign on a couple shelves out and about. So it might actually see super local distribution and just say, if you like what we like this. If you like not super over the top robust barley wines, it's kind of a juxtaposition. It's kind of like a weird kind of place to be because barley wine is huge, gigantic beer, and you just want it to be kind of like, hair on fire because that's what barley wine is. So it's a little bit too small for me. The balance is a little bit off at the barrel. But if you like bourbon, if you like an easy drinking, high ABV barrel aged beers, then that's kind of where this one lands for you. It's just not. It's something you can drink a whole glass and not really be put off by, because of its density and its thick, 4 C's on there, thickness. It's just easy drinking in a way that it shouldn't be. Let's put it that way. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, anywhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tap. Massive Beers, all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice bourbon barrel aged barley wine right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.